I started uploading daily YouTube videos November 1st of 2019, and as of this recording, marks over 100 days of daily uploads to YouTube. So today, I want to share with you what I learned. Let's begin. Hey, Atime, if we're just meeting, welcome to the channel that brings actionable content to grow your business through online marketing. So if that sounds beneficial, consider subscribing. Question of the day, how many videos per week, per month, or per year are you uploading? Let me know in the comment section down below. Now, before we get to the lessons learned, let's first talk about why I'm even doing this. Why am I uploading daily YouTube videos? The primary reason for me being on YouTube altogether is that YouTube is my primary form of distribution. This is my version of cold calling. There's many reasons that I favor this platform, which I've made a video about, so I'll be sure to link it down below. And the second reason is because I needed to get better on YouTube. And what better way of doing that than by doing daily videos, i.e. publishing as much content as possible. Repetition is the mother of skill. And the third reason is because it became enjoyable. At this point, I enjoy making these videos. At the beginning, it was frustrating as ever, but as I started doing it more and more, it just became more enjoyable. And lastly, this is a small channel. I fully acknowledge that. So what that means for me is that I'm behind. And the best way that I thought of how can I catch up to people, how can I catch up to other creators, is by producing more. All right, now on to the things that I learned. And that first thing was that this YouTube thing is incredibly hard. I have a much deeper respect and admiration for the YouTube creators that started before me and that are out there right now on a continual streak of daily uploads. It was easy for me to criticize. I would find myself saying, well, maybe a diagram would work well to illustrate this point here. Why can't they do an overlay right here? And just being so critical, but now having gone through this gauntlet, I can see why certain things are created the way that they are. So I became more appreciative of the efforts that are being put out by the creators. And by no means am I saying that these videos are masterpieces or difficult to create in and of themselves. Because this type of video, which is a talking head video where I'm speaking into the camera or doing a screen share, in YouTube world, this is a tame way of creating videos. It's a elementary way of creating videos. There's no sizable editing that goes into it. And the second thing that I learned is that I need to be organized. I need to schedule certain days for editing, certain days for shooting, certain days for brainstorming, certain days for optimizing. Having a system helps out tremendously. So staying organized is a must. And in that same vein of staying organized, batching has helped out considerably. In other words, this is a form of batching where I am completing certain tasks in volume. Instead of doing one video every single day, I am creating multiple videos and then doing editing on multiple videos a following day, and then the following day doing an additional task. That way, whenever I complete the cycle, I have 5, 6, 7, 8 videos ready to go. And this has been facilitated by creating templates. I now have a framework to work from. I know there needs to be an introduction. I know there needs to be bullet points and a guide of where I'm taking the video, and then it needs to have a conclusion. Another thing that I'm learning actually right now is it's important to identify your voice. What type of content do I want to create? As far as content, it varies. I do Facebook ads, YouTube ads, Google ads, and other actionable marketing strategies for real estate agents. But when it comes to the actual types, I basically have two types of conveying the message. It's either do a full screen like this, having a camera straight at my face and recording, or doing a screen share in which you walk along. Those are basically the two types or forms or methods of me conveying the content. And it's a struggle. Sometimes I want to do solely a screen share, but the content doesn't really lend itself to that, and vice versa. And the fourth thing that I learned is that I need to have a dedicated place to record. I used to set everything up and then do some recordings and then take everything down. But now I just have everything up, ready to go as inspiration hits me. I'm able to record on a dime. I don't do it as much because, again, I'm batching. However, it's important to have everything ready to go for consistency. I used to go into the office and record out of a conference room that was shared, but it was just so impractical. Setting things up, tearing them down, and just hoping that the audio was working correctly that time. One quick favor before continuing, please be sure to hit the like button so this video's reach is magnified and others benefit. Also, don't forget to check out my YouTube Ads Mastery for real estate leads. And another important aspect of having a dedicated space is the mindset of it. I know that whenever I set up and I'm ready to go, it's down to business. I have to do it. And the fifth thing that I learned is that I need to study my numbers. I used to have a very entitled mindset of, well, I'll just record and the views are gonna come organically. Well, they don't. And yes, I understand there's the element of creating quality content, and then in the future, maybe viewers will come, but at the beginning you have no channel authority, nobody really knows who you are, and you're having to scrape for every single watch hour. So I really had to dig in and study my numbers. I needed to identify the videos that were performing well, not simply for getting more views to that video, but the ripple effect that those types of videos have on the channel. As an example, the primary content that drives this channel are Facebook ads and Remind. I know that whenever I produce those types of videos, I'm going to get decent views. Now, there's only so many things that I can do every single day in those topics, but I understand that those are important. Those are anchor types of content that I have to focus on. So the bleed over to YouTube ads, to Google ads, to email marketing, everything else starts taking shape and the channel grows overall. And not only is it important for channel growth, but it helps with future trends. So now if you go to Google ads or YouTube ads in relation to real estate, you're gonna find a lot of my content out there, because the industry really hasn't caught up to that form of marketing, especially YouTube ads. I'm the only creator out here at this level teaching YouTube ads, and as a reminder, I have a YouTube Ads Mastery course that I invite you to check out. The sixth thing that I learned is that I need to outsource my weaknesses. And for me personally, that involves editing and thumbnails. Those are the two weaknesses that I had to outsource. The rest of the YouTube process I'm okay with and I am good at. However, when it comes to editing and it comes to creating thumbnails, I just wasn't. For me, it was an opportunity cost of, am I really going to invest time and money trying to get better at this editing and still suck at it? Or do I hire somebody to help me out with that regard so I can focus on the quality of the content, not necessarily just the editing portion of it, because that is an art in and of itself. So I'm very appreciative of the people that are editing my videos. And the seventh thing that I learned is that done is better than perfect. I'm a perfectionist by nature, and if I wasn't on this daily regimen of uploading videos, then I wouldn't be able to make all of this content. It just wouldn't be possible. Now, this doesn't give me permission to put out garbage, because I clearly don't, but this does give me permission to focus on the substance rather than the aesthetics of it. And there's been times where I spent so much time on one video whenever I was editing myself, and the videos just flopped. And vice versa, whenever I created a video that maybe I wanted to spend an hour or 2 more hours with, but I was already up on the deadline, I put that out and it performed incredibly well. And the eighth thing that I learned is that experimenting is okay. There are many topics that I want to cover in the future that I'm giving myself permission to cover them, as long as they're in the general topic of what you've come to expect. And this video itself is a prime example. I'm sharing my YouTube journey, what I've learned along the way, because a lot of you are jumping into YouTube and want this behind the scenes information. And this channel is going to continue to evolve, where I'll look at different topics so then I can address them and share them with you. As an example, I've been working for months on a video that's more of an investigatory type of a video, where I highlight and expose a real estate agent that has stolen over $600,000. Now, of course, I'm not excited about the situation in and of itself because there's a lot of people that were affected, myself included, but I am excited about the opportunity to raise awareness to this particular situation because there has been zero accountability for this agent that has gotten away with over $600,000 of other people's money. So be on the lookout because this channel is going to continue to improve and provide value.